Hello there. This is a reading around a wake-up call. What wake-up call do you need right now, or could you benefit from hearing? So we have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you resonate with more than one, then please feel free to watch. Then we will begin with group 1. Timestamps are below. You guys, please remember to only take what resonates. If something is negative, confusing, fear-based, remember you always have the power to cancel, clear, reject, all right? Hello and welcome, group 1. Thanks so much for being here. All right, your wake-up call. What is your wake-up call message? Interesting. Okay, so this could be a wake-up call about the way that you are investing in yourself in life, the way that you are proceeding forwards, self-worth. It could also be a wake-up call about a fire energy, a feminine energy in your world, somebody that maybe there needs to be an adjustment around them, something like this. I feel like this wake-up call is like, hey, it's time to recognize, to realize something either about yourself or someone here. And I feel the energy like we're neglecting a truth, we're neglecting a reality, we're neglecting maybe the self even here, okay? Something like this, maybe even neglecting the power, personal power that we hold. It's not that it's your fault or that it's wrong that we are doing that. Clearly things happen that bring us to that, yeah? But it may be time to snap out of it and move forwards with what you know you need to do, in a sense, okay? So for some of you, this is about investing in yourself, believing in your beauty and your power and not letting the world get you down. Yeah, for some of you, this is up, like trying to get your attitude, your emotions up a bit, so that you're not missing opportunities and missing what's being offered to you, okay? Like for a time, this may have been happening. You may have been not really listening to what's coming in, or believing it could ever be anything, believing you're worth this here, believing that, you know, this something is for you, or that, you know, you even deserve to accept it. Maybe you've been so hurt by something here, life, that you just don't even want to let yourself believe it and be let down again, or something like this. And I feel like the wake-up call is like, hey, that time, it's expiring, it's ending, it's time to stop. It's time to get back into your energy, investing in yourself, in your dreams and what you believe in, understanding and remembering how badass you are, that you have passions, that you have goals, that you have a reason to believe in yourself, that you are unique. Nobody is you, nobody is like you, and you are like nobody else. You know, you are your own person. It's time to get back into that energy, and also maybe to stop, you know, hanging around people or things that are just, I don't want to say like beneath you. It's not like people are beneath each other. That's not the right way to word it. But people that aren't challenging you, aren't lifting you up, or aren't, you know, like just like easy people to be around that maybe aren't the best influences, you know, this kind of energy. Anything else about this person's wake-up call? Group 1's wake-up call, please and thank you. You've invested a long term here in something that you believe in. This is something independent to you, okay? Just because somebody in your life was unstable, like they're gone now. They've been gone now. Something in your life has moved on. It hurt, yeah. It sucked, yeah. But it's out now. So it's time for you to pick this back up, even if it's in a new or a different way, okay? It's time. It's time for you to get in charge here. It's time for you to make a schedule, to create something, a plan, an action plan, to write this out, to get back with your communication, with your clarity, with your, you know, in chargeness. It's time for you to take charge again of your life, okay? It's time for you to get with the program, because there's something here that you are almost like supposed to do, destined to do, called to do, so that you know is your passion, that you know that you love, or even if it's again just to be recognized. There's a lot of fire energy with the Queen of Wands too, and water energy as well. We have air too, so it's everybody. But I'm just saying, like, there's a vibe that there's something that you really believed in at some point, even if it's just yourself, or believed that it was worth investing in you. And it's time to get back with that. It's just time. And if you don't feel it, it's like, you know, this is one of those times when we might not feel it, but we can let our logic help guide this or help take this over right now, even if we don't feel it, because there needs to be movement now. And it's not a fear thing like, oh, you got to move now or it's gonna, no, but it's like, you know, you've been in this unfulfilled kind of place long enough. I think it's really time for you to get back on the horse here, get back on with yourself, with your path, and with, you know, it's just time. I don't know how else to say it. What is this? I just feel like, you know, you're meant to be with something here. You're meant to be doing something or functioning in a certain way. And you keep waiting for like maybe that clear path ahead. And it's like more like you need to create that clear path where you are now. You might not be able to see the clear path ahead. You need to create it now, in this moment, here today, wherever and however you can with what you have. Just try. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just try. Just trying to invest in yourself or this dream or this path or this whatever it is for you that you know that you've been off of for a while because you've been hurt, trying to accept this in, just trying today, here and now, is going to make you feel better. It's going to lift you up and it's going to start the ball rolling, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect here. Somebody could be here to help you out too. And it's not like it was before. You've got some kind of support or help now. And you should accept this where you can, when, how, where you can, because it's not the same as what you've been through. This is different. We're in a new place now. It's a new time, new place, a new situation, okay? Yeah, there's something much more fulfilling to you here. There's something much more worth everything here. So yeah, this is a reminder. You are worthy. This is, you know, you are meant to be on that path, on that passion. It's time to, you know, be honest with yourself, to bring yourself out of hiding here. And it's time to get on into your new energy and make it happen here, basically. I feel like articulating it's really challenging right now. There's a lot of emotions. It's a very emotionally charged feeling. But it's just really important for you to get back with it, because there's stuff being offered here, but there's this attitude, a little bit of like pessimism because of all the shit that's happened. It's like you just don't even believe it anymore, you know? Or maybe you even think that you don't want this anymore. But whatever this is, the thing is that you do, because you know that you've invested a lot in it for a reason, because you believed in this. You believe in yourself at some point here, even if you don't now. And you believed in yourself for a reason. That wasn't just, you know, false belief. It doesn't mean that it always plays out the way we think it will, or that it looks the way we think it will. Usually it's the opposite. But it doesn't mean either that it doesn't exist because it doesn't play out the way we think it will, okay? And if this person hurts you before, this thing hurt you before, that made offers that were unreliable, unstable, in and out, and this back and forth stuff, just... You're in something now that is more stable, that's more unified, that's here to help you. I mean, in the past too, if some kind of a contract or something hurt you, you know, some of you, I feel like this is like a dream, or again, your confidence with yourself. You're in something that is more stable now, and you're able to do this, to create this stability, even if the stability is coming from within you, okay? So just know that things have changed. It's time to get back with it, bit by bit. Just try a little bit each day, okay? All right, that's your wake-up call, you guys. Sending you lots of love. Hello, group 2, welcome. Let's go ahead and see what your wake-up call is. All right, your wake-up call is about communication. It could also be about new perspectives, okay? A new path, a new mindset. But it could also be, it's time to communicate, it's time to reach out, it's time to talk about it. You've got more clarity now, you've got more peace of mind or strength of mind now. You've learned things along the journey, and it's just, there is something here. It's hard, but it's necessary, okay? Tears can be healing, hard conversations can be healing. They can bring a lot of illumination, okay? Some of you got a book in you, it needs to come out, something like that. Okay, enhance on this person's wake-up call and motivation here, please and thank you. Okay. Yeah, we're releasing old mindsets, old ways of communicating, or even old ways of not communicating. Okay, we're releasing that and we are moving forwards. It's time to push yourself to talk about something, to express something, or to at least acknowledge that you've got a new mindset here and you're equipped with that, and to release the old. Okay, I feel in the past there's a feeling of like progress was being made a little bit, but it wasn't really satisfying for you. It wasn't really happy for you. It's like there could be fear that it will be just the same. It will repeat, that this will not change. This won't be better, that it won't work because it didn't really work before. Maybe a little bit, but not that much. There could also be a fear about the healing itself, the integration itself along your path here, or even that this could bring you closer to somebody or further away from somebody, whatever this communication is. But your wake-up call is all about that expression in a sense, even sharing a hard truth. Again, writing something out, okay? Anything else to express their wake-up call, please and thank you. Group 2's wake-up call. Clarify. Part of it is to let you know, hey, you are expanding. You've been expanding. Recognize the expansion and fully soak that in, that you're not going to go backwards. You're going to go forwards now. Whether it's your emotions, your resources, or the feeling of acceptance. Yeah, things are expanding for you. You've got more options than you've had before, or that you've had in a long time here. Options that can bring a lot of happiness to you. Options for movement, maybe more resources, maybe something more. You're in a position where you're able to communicate in a way that you weren't before. Either you've got the positioning to do that, the resources to do that, the mindset to do that, or you've just got more stability, or more happiness, or something more to work with here. That it's like, if you do communicate in this way, or you do communicate a truth, or you do go out, to do this, it's not going to affect you like it would have at one point. Okay, this is hidden in the deck here, the Tower. You're afraid of this, and we need to admit this to ourselves. For some of you, this won't be for everyone, but you are afraid of change. You're afraid of what could possibly happen if you share something, that maybe you'll lose someone, or everything will change, or everything will fall apart. Maybe at one point it did. Anything else for this person's wake-up call, please and thank you. Group 2's wake-up call. When you withheld emotions before, I feel like when you withheld emotions before, it helped keep you safe, or it helped provide a sense of safety for you. Or if you, half-assed certain things, relationships or emotional connections, it helped keep you safe. And there was a reason for that, because you were afraid of something here, okay? But now now something is changing. It is different. It is not time to be in the Seven of Swords energy where everything is hidden and manipulated or lying, or even dealing with these kinds of energies, because we're afraid of that truth. It's not time for that. People might not like your truth, fine. You're not in the same place that you once were. It doesn't matter the same way that it did. It doesn't mean it doesn't affect you at all, but this is different now. It's time for things to change. No matter if you get on the bandwagon or not, things are moving forwards. The wheel is moving forwards, which is a good thing. That means things are coming to an end. Things are completing, especially those karmatic kind of cycles. That means good fortune could be coming in as well, right? But it's time to get with this sharing, because in the past you did this to help yourself feel, secure in a way, and nobody blames you for that. But we're not living in the past. We're living in the now. Things are progressing and moving forwards. You're progressing and moving forwards. It's very important for you to acknowledge all the ways you've progressed and moved forwards from this point to this point. You're not that age anymore. You're not at that place anymore. You're not in that mindset that you were. You've learned since then. And maybe you're waiting to feel like you've got everything clear, forward, safe, in control, and you know for certain that if you share this or you do this, that the path ahead is still going to be reliable and safe and okay. And it's like, no, it's not. You don't need to do that now. You need to kind of just do what you're being called to do. And if you're here and you're resonating with this message, you've been called to share something, to communicate something, to express something, or to really take a leap of faith here down a new path that fits into a new mindset. You've gotten clarity here. It's not time to withhold this clarity. Maybe once that worked for you, it's not going to work for you anymore. And you can feel the tide changing. You can feel that shift going on. It's fine that you take your own tempo and you work at your own pace. We're not dissing the way that you work, okay? We all work in our own unique way, and that's fine. It's more about those little choices that we're making each day and making sure we're not just repeating this withholding pattern against our own will and intuition that's pushing us to expand. We don't have to expand in any particular way or rate, but it is time especially to start moving out, even a tiny crumb at a time, or maybe big leaps at a time, whatever works for you, but to move out of that old vibe, okay? So have the talk, write it out, make the communication, take the leap based on that new perspective. Have the hard conversation, say the hard truth, own the hard truth, whatever it is, you know, you feel it, support it. Support it where you can and how you can. All right, you guys, we send you a lot of love, best of luck, and be well. Hello and welcome group 3 to your wake-up call. All right, let's see what your wake-up call message is. Okay, group 3. So for you, it is time to either stop entertaining these energies around you or within you, or both, that are in this limited mindset, this fear-based mindset of, I have to do this to get ahead. I have to, throw you under the bus to win. I will betray you to keep my image or my confidence or my status or my wellness up. Not really wellness, but maybe my wealth up. I'm going to be that, that hound dog in the industry, and I'm going to, make it happen no matter who I have to screw over or what I have to do. This is hurting you. This is hurting you. Maybe at one point it worked for you, but as the other groups, it's time for a change. That's why this is your wake-up call. And you feel this and you know this. So whether it's the person that you keep, texting or entertaining that you already know is this way, or it's an energy in you that you just are having a hard time breaking out of because it's the way that you've known to get up and get ahead, we're letting you know that there is a new path available to you that doesn't require you having to throw anybody or anyone or anything under the bus, or even to interact with those kind of energies in order to support and nourish your own self. In fact, you're going to get light years ahead of this, metaphorically speaking, without that behavior, that energy, that attitude, by expanding your mind potentials and possibility, expanding. The world is expanding. Don't get stuck and lost in the dark ages here and in the old way. We're coming into a new way. Come with it. Come with it here. And maybe some of you, you're even leading it, especially when we go from corporate whatever turned around to leading some of this revolutionary energy. So that's not going to be, the scenario of everyone. For some, this is just a toxic energy around you that you keep entertaining because whatever, they're my sister, they're my family, they're my long-term friend, but I see them every day. I work with them. They're my roommate. But I need that from them. But I kind of like hanging out with them. Or maybe it's again with you. Yeah, but I need money this month. I need this. There's a new way. Okay? And you know this, you feel this, you feel the universe pushing you forwards, you feel it happening. So this is not new, this is not news. For those of you resonating, this is not news, okay? But it's time to expand the mind and come out of fear and come out of this energy. Stop entertaining it, just stop. We don't normally give harsh messages like this, but this is wake-up call messages, and they are intense. And that's because this is an intense change. Yeah, this is stop entertaining shit in life that you just have to fight through all the time, just fighting for everything. I gotta fight because this is how life has been. Yeah, we acknowledge that and validate that with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is also time to validate and acknowledge that things can do and are changing. They are changing. So validate the crap out of yourself, get that clear with yourself that you've been doing what you had to do, that, this is not a blame game. This is not oh, you're bad, you're wrong, nothing like that. No, This is about change, okay? And it is time to change. You don't have to function this way anymore. And you know what? It's going to feel a lot of relief when you don't function this way anymore, or when you don't entertain these energies anymore. A constant battle, a constant fight. That's a lot. Constantly going backwards against the flow here, having to argue, fight, counteract thoughts, having to always be on guard, or always pushing backwards. You know, we're not really technically ever going backwards, but it could feel like that. You know, it's like you're being pushed and pulled this way into something that's more peaceful or more open or more expansive, but you just keep going back because this energy pulls you there, whether it's, again, a person, something inside you, or both. Whatever reasons there are, there is a way to move forwards and beyond this, and to give this struggle up. It is not worth it, and gosh, it's going to feel like such a relief. You know, it's had its era, it's had its time, it's had its days. Okay, this is a real thing, and you are really moving forwards from something here that has been very limiting, very stressful, very draining, very intense, an intense way of surviving. Again, it's not to diss the way that you found to surviving, because that's beautiful that you found a way to get through, yeah? It's just that now we're changing, and here that indicates it. First off, you've gone through some massive experiences, lessons, and growth, so your strength has grown immensely. Some of those things that were so out of balance or hard to control before, you've learned to control them. You have more grace, you have more strength, and you have more power and more control, especially over your past now, than you ever have before. Recognize that, because it's here. It's right here. Okay? It's really strong. And you're understanding as well what that strength and power holds, what it looks like. That it can be silent, that it can be quiet, that it can just observe even at times, that it doesn't have to involve itself, that it doesn't have to put its energy at or give its energy to, that it can just, you know, observe from a distance, be non-reactive or react at the minimum to preserve its own energy. There's a self-preservation that comes with this expansion, a recognition of how important your own energy is, and not just giving it away to people and things that just don't serve you and you don't serve them. You know, it's just, you're finding mutual exchanges in your life, or you're going to be soon, mutual benefit, exchanges that are mutually beneficial, where both people feel like they can expand, rise their vibration up, feel more, you know, I mean, you're always expanding. Every experience teaches, yeah. But to this point now, it's a different kind of expansion. It's a different flavor, okay? Anything else? Any other things to add for this wake-up call, group 3? Please and thank you. Yeah, I feel like the old way of building, the old way of working, the old way of doing, whether this is with your career, because there's a lot of career energy in this, your life, you know, your business, your relationships, it is changing. It is changing. And it's time to change with it. You also have healed some stuff here, maybe consciously or unconsciously, around your childhood, around self-worth, around what you feel worthy to receive and to give emotionally. And this is part of what's helping you not feel so intense, okay? This is really beautiful. It could also be showing you that you don't need to do as much work, and you can actually, you know, get more out of less work in a way, but work that is maybe more valuable to you or more quality for you somehow, okay? Less is more. I get less is more. Anything else for group 3? Please and thank you. Okay, group 3, that's what we have for you. We send you lots of love and success along this journey. Take care of yourselves. Hello and welcome, group 4. Let's go ahead and see what your wake-up call is. Okay, wake-up call. It is time to release that person, to release that self that is freaking angry because it wants to control, but it just can't. Whether this is somebody who is angry, who is frustrated, who is just wanting to make things their way, you know, somebody who has a strong temper, whether, or it's you, or maybe it's both. It's time to move forwards from this and to understand where this is coming from. You know this. You know this. It could also be a time to release resentment. It could be a time to release this fiery energy from your life. The thing is that need to control, you know, that comes from a place of feeling helpless in many ways. Things that have happened to you, if it's not helpless for you, things that have happened that have been wrong, unjust, that have hurt, right? things like this. But I feel like there's a new way, a new way to operate here, a new way to do things. Like every group so far, pretty much, especially 2 and 3, there's a new energy. And some of it is about bringing the truth out of yourself, your inner world out of yourself, understanding it, taking the mask off, understanding where some of this rage, frustration, or need to try and control comes from, or to be around these energies that are this way, why you associate to them, and what that means for you. Nothing wrong about it, nothing bad about it. We all have our ways to move through, and that's good. It's just about change. It's about when it's time to transition into something new. And right now it is. It's time to give up something here, something old. And here it is, confirmation. This is you feeling disempowered, and it's time to illuminate that. All those disempowered energies, those things that have kept you bound, made you feel helpless, made you feel like you had no power, no control. Well, the way that we've been trying to compensate with that, or to surround ourselves with energies that do, they're not actually showing or representing that power and control. They're representing the anger and the wounds more than anything. Okay? I feel like it may not be time to act so much, okay? I feel more like it may be time to try and listen to what is being taught, to the guidance that is coming in, to be still with your own inner world, with yourself. There is something that could be missing from you right now, or feel like it's missing, and I feel that it has a lot to do with reclaiming that connection to your own self, instead of casting that self away and pushing that self out because maybe you reject it or think it's not worthy, or you despise it or resent it because maybe you feel like it, wasn't strong or something. It's time to make peace with that and to shed light on that, okay? To bring the sunlight into that, to reveal what is hidden in the moon as well. We're a bit, disconnected from our yin and yang energy here, in the way that it flows together, the way that it balances, and the way that we can bring things out, the way that we can find a lot of happiness, fulfillment, and contentment, actually, by acknowledging and accepting those parts of ourself that we deem unworthy, especially, or feel are not good enough, or feel never were there for us. And especially if we can see the ways that they were trying to be there for us, or trying their best. And again, if this is somebody around you and this isn't something internalized, though I do feel it is also internal, it's time to recognize that the truth is coming out. Somebody has not been empowering you. They have not been assisting you to feel empowered, nor have they brought you much happiness, clarity, or truth, or movement. It's kind of a stagnation. You haven't really been learning here. Although we're always learning, it's not really the kind of learning that you might be called to now. This is similar to group 3 a bit, because I feel like this is you transforming. Even transforming from King of Wands to Strength, which is a major arcana, so it does indicate that it's a universal, timing thing. This is something that's just happening in the timing of your, universal path. But it's like we're moving into a place where we understand more and more about the past, more and more about ourselves. We have more contentment with those things that we've deemed as a monster before, or deemed as in control of us before. Now we're able to balance between ourselves and that. We're able to have more dignity, more grace, because we have an inner knowing that is unwavering, that is so strong. And you have gained a lot of strength here. You're able to recognize and see things about the past like never before in a very strong way. And you're also able to move forwards in this way. It doesn't mean that anger does not serve you. It doesn't mean that rage does not serve you. Oh, does it? It's just that you are in more control of it now, and you choose what you channel that immensely intense power into, Very similar to group 3. Also, I feel a new way of building things, a new way of building relationships, career, business, your life, a new way of looking at what it means to build. We definitely have a change going on here. For some of you, you could have lost a lot of things, lost even something that you were building, like a business, because of a relationship that was really intense, even the relationship with yourself that was really abusive to yourself, or intense with yourself here, or that need to try to control certain things, external factors that we couldn't control because we were kind of neglecting the internal, right? There's a whole progression here, but basically your wake-up call is that it's time to transform from this energy that is feels powerless and feels out of control, and then throws these tantrums or these, angry bursts or whatever it is, or tries to control everything, but can't. Like, it's time to move from that energy and to kind of level up here, whether it's, again, around you, in you, or both. Anything else about group 4's wake-up call, please and thank you. A lot of fire energy in this whole reading, which is indicative of action, and we are in Leo season and passion, okay? Yeah, it's time to also get in touch with hope again, with belief again, with what empowers your hope and belief, especially in yourself. It's time to pick yourself back up and understand that these alignments and these actions and this way of functioning has been from a place of hurt, of feeling maybe like a failure, feeling defeated, feeling the energy of endings. But like, again, time moves, things progress, okay? And that's what's happening. Things are progressing, and you can, again, access, or maybe for the first time, access something much more stable, knowing, okay? Wise even. Something that's much more hopeful. All right, group 4. That's what we have for you. We send you a lot of love. Be well and take care of yourselves.